Hey, what's up guys? Zach Santigetti here, and today I want to talk about the release of the Red Hydrogen One camera. Red is typically known for having their all-in-one cinema cameras that are extremely high-end, but now they're entering the smartphone industry, and I think that's really interesting for a lot of reasons that I'm going to talk about. And then I'm also going to talk about my wish list for the phone, and then different things that I think it should and could be able to do. So the phone is going to be a fully unlocked Android interface phone, and it's said to have AR, VR, 3D without glasses, and then it's also going to have their proprietary holographic interface or files. I actually don't know how that's going to work yet, but the file type is going to be H4V files, and it's going to be interesting to see how that adapts to the computers that we're currently using, the editing software that we're currently using, and how Red is going to integrate that into social media platforms or other distribution channels. So Red says it's going to be an extremely immersive look-around depth experience without the need for glasses, like I mentioned earlier, or even a headset. And that brings me to talk about the multi-dimensional audio features that they were saying it's going to have. I'm wondering if that means a surround sound Bluetooth headset, or something that we've seen before, or different speakers that create a surround experience. I'm not really sure. It's pretty vague in the spec sheet. It just says multi-dimensional audio. So Red has announced two different versions of the phone, the aluminum coming in at $1,200 and the titanium version coming in at $1,600. And I've heard a lot of people complaining about the price of the phone, but if you really compare it to an iPhone 7 Plus with 256 gigs of memory at $1,000, I really don't think $1,200, just $200 more than the highest end iPhone, is really that much from a company like Red that is historically brought extremely high-end hardware and software to back it up, with all the modularity that Red is saying that they're going to bring with this product. And whenever you look at Red's other products like the Weapon Dragon, the Scarlet W, all their cinema cameras, they're known for being extremely modular, where you can add things on and you can build them up, break them down however you want, custom to the job that you want. And that's kind of what I want to talk about next. There's a few different images that were shown in the patent application that make the camera, one, like a point and shoot, like maybe a Sony RX100 Mark V, and then rigged out even more to be more like a DSLR. And then the third image that I found was one that actually built it out like a shoulder rig, but I wasn't really sure if it was the Hydrogen One as a standalone camera, or if it was maybe added onto the front of one of Red's other cameras like the Weapon Dragon. And my thoughts behind that is that you're gonna see the phone rigged out with the pins on the back of the camera attached to the front of the Weapon Dragon. And basically what that's going to allow you to do is get 3D files right off of the camera, rather than rigging out with all this crazy 3D software like you're seeing before. But that's just my thought. From the patent image, you're going to see that it kind of looks like the phone is just added on, almost as like an adapter basically, to one of Red's higher end camera systems. So I think that you can go from, basically, you can take this phone and camera combo and you can use it just as a standalone item right out of the box for $1,200 to $1,600, or you can add maybe sensor elements and other hardware to rig it out more like a higher end point and shoot camera like a Leica or Sony RX100. Or this next DSLR image kind of looks to me like maybe a Canon 1DX or a Sony A7S type. So I think they're trying to compete with all levels here, or look for the all-around filmmaker who has different needs, maybe a cinema camera here, or a smaller DSLR run and gun kind of package here. So I think it's kind of cool in the sense that the modularity, where you can adapt this, or I'm talking in potential terms because Red has been so vague, but it's cool that you can maybe adapt this camera to do a lot of different things and not only be kind of like a jack of all trades, but master of all too. And I guess we're gonna see whenever this comes out in Q1 of 2018. So next I want to talk about the connections. Again, like on the iPhone and other new smartphones in the market, you're seeing the USB-C connection. And then there's going to be a micro SD slot. That's pretty awesome, so you can have expandable memory options. And then also you're going to have the headphone jack. And then this doesn't really go in the connections category, but I'm interested to see what the stock camera is without any accessories added on. So lastly, to finish up this video, I want to talk about my personal wish list for this phone. My hopes are, since I'm an Apple fanboy, that the phone is extremely easy to use, and basically the software and the interface is adaptable. If I were to get one of these, I want to be able to still use things like AirDrop and other really great features that Apple has. And next, I hope that out of the box, the camera is able to take images and videos equivalent or even better than, hopefully better than, the Sony RX100 Mark V. I've mentioned that point and shoot a lot in this video because one of my biggest problems lately is that I have an A7S Mark II, but it's so huge, and obviously you can't take it everywhere you go, so I end up using my iPhone a lot for photos and videos just on the fly. And so I've been thinking about getting a Sony RX100 to bring with me everywhere, since it's, you know, it's a pocket point and shoot camera. But I think it would be really cool, and this is something that I would definitely buy the red hydrogen if it had this feature. If it was just out of the box, a phone, and also the camera was able to take amazing photos and videos without rigging it out. One of my fears with Red is that they make all the components to their cameras, the screens, or the external monitors, batteries, like all that stuff. And so my biggest fear is that you're gonna buy this phone, but the camera without all the other accessories and add-ons isn't gonna be good enough to, you know, really do much more than a point and shoot can. And so my hopes is that it can. If it did, I would definitely buy the product. Okay guys, so those are my thoughts on the Red Hydrogen 1 phone that is releasing in Q1 of 2018, priced at $1,200 to $1,600 respectively, of the aluminum and titanium combo. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please smash the like button and also subscribe, and then I'll catch you on the next one.